Elias didn't just have a job. He had a reputation. He was the man companies called when they needed to disappear their problems. He was surgical, precise, and smelled of Santal 33 and success. Our life was a curated gallery of minimalist furniture and silent mornings. But the silence wasn't peace, it was a countdown. He was obsessed with the lawn, not for the beauty, but for the control. He'd spend thousands on the Aeromo X1, a robotic unit that mapped the property with LiDAR precision. He called it automated perfection. I called it his alibi. The betrayal didn't come from a text. It came from a data log. I'm a software architect. I don't just look at apps. I look at the code. I noticed a recurring 4 kilobyte data spike every day at 4:45 p.m. The mower wasn't just idling behind the shed. It was broadcasting. It was acting as a Wi-Fi bridge. Behind that shed, hidden by a wall of high-end landscaping, Elias had installed a hidden, weatherproof signal booster. He wasn't just changing clothes. He was conducting his secret office from a chair in the dirt, using our home's encrypted network to run a shadow firm that was embezzlement heavy and ethics light. I dug, not with a shovel, but with a terminal. I intercepted the signal. I didn't just find a suit and perfume. I found a hardware wallet containing 4 million in untraceable crypto, tucked into the lining of a jacket buried in a waterproof Pelican case. He wasn't just cheating with a woman. He was cheating the life we built for a plan B I wasn't invited to. I didn't cry. I sat in our $20,000 Italian leather armchair, sipped a vintage Bordeaux, and went to work. I didn't just find his mistress, a young, ambitious assistant he'd promised the world. I invited her over, not for a fight, but for a consultation. I showed her the hardware wallet. I told her, he's not leaving me for you. He's leaving both of us for a beach in Panama. This money, it's his exit ramp. And you're just the distraction. When Elias walked in at 6 p.m., the house was dark, save for a single spotlight on the dining table. On the table sat 3 things: his buried suit, now freshly pressed, the hardware wallet, and a single glass of water. You look tired, Elias, I said, my voice as level as a horizon. The commute from the shed must be exhausting. The climax wasn't a scream. It was a click. As he scrambled for an excuse, I showed him my tablet. I had rerouted the Aeromo's GPS. While we sat there, the mower, now carrying a small, high-intensity incendiary device I'd fashioned from his own gardening chemicals, was sitting directly over the dead zone behind the shed. I sent the ledger of your shadow firm to the SEC 10 minutes ago, I told him. And as for your plan B, I swiped the screen. A dull thump echoed from the backyard. The shed, and the millions in cash and documents he'd hidden in the floorboards, went up in a controlled chemical blue flame. He lost it. He ran to the window, watching his freedom burn. I stood behind him and whispered, "The mower reported a critical error in that sector. It'll look like a lithium battery explosion. You can't report the theft of money that doesn't legally exist." By morning, the fire was out. The mistress was gone, having taken his emergency Ferrari and the spare keys to his city apartment I'd handed her. Elias was left with nothing but the scorched earth of a garden he tried too hard to control. I walked out the front door with my suitcase, leaving him the divorce papers signed in red ink. As I drove away, I looked at the app on my phone. One final notification from the mower. Work complete. Area cleaned.